Nicole, thank you. Straight ahead, Georgia is #1, but it is not a list that we want to top. Coming up, a look at the widespread flu epidemic in the state and locally. Next, we hear what behaviors you should avoid this holiday travel period and why one Alabama trooper is passionate about keeping you safe. Plus, some scary moments for construction workers on one Alabama University campus. News 3 Midday starts right now.
On your side, this is News 3 Midday.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Greg Loyd. The big story this midday, it's a message from doctors who have 4 words for you. Get the flu shot. This as flu-related illnesses rise in Muskogee County in Georgia and across America. This flu season, the CDC predicts nearly 4 million Americans have contracted flu-related illnesses. That equals approximately 32,000 hospitalizations and 1,800 deaths so far. The CDC says flu activity has peaked in the last week. So far, 19 children have died this flu season, 9 of those just in the last week. The South is having more than its fair share of flu activity, particularly Georgia. Even with a flu shot, there's still a risk of contracting it, but doctors say the shot usually helps reduce the flu's punch and speeds healing time.
If you look at the statistics, many deaths which happened from flu infection, it occurred in patients who did not receive the vaccine. Even hospitalization, ICU admissions, it so happened that it's among patients who did not get the vaccine. So even if you look at from another, you will get partial immunity from the vaccine, which is enough to protect you from getting complications.
The CDC says the group that is at the highest risk of contracting flu complications such as pneumonia, bronchitis, and sinus infections are adults older than 65, pregnant women, young children, and those with pre-existing medical conditions. While health experts say getting a vaccine before October is ideal, it's still not too late to get the flu shot so that your body can develop some type of immunity during the peak winter months. Well, just how bad is the flu here at home? A new study shows that Georgia is the sickest state when it comes to flu, a 12% increase compared to this time last year. Kinza, a California-based company that tracks flu data in real time with smart thermometer, says several counties in Georgia are more than 9% sick with influenza-type illnesses. Now, when it comes to the rate of flu infections, here are some of the hardest hit counties in Georgia. You can see that Muskogee County, Columbus, is pretty high on the list, coming in 3rd with a rate of 7.8%. Only the Atlanta area is seeing more flu cases, with Fulton and DeKalb counties at the top of the list. Richmond and Chatham counties round out the top 5 areas, Augusta and Savannah, for flu infections. Alabama, by the way, is right behind Georgia. Right now, it's the 2nd sickest southern state when it comes to flu infections. Well, between now and the new year, you'll notice an increase of state troopers on highways in our area and across America. Alabama state troopers say they're keeping an extra watchful eye for the most common risky behaviors that motorists take while driving.
Pay close attention to speeding, driving under the influence of alcohol, tailgating, texting and driving, those things that we know contribute to the more serious crashes and fatals that we see this time of year.
But troopers say it's not just about the law. Lieutenant Joe Piggott says law enforcement on the highways want to keep everyone safe, and he adds that many people don't realize the toughest part of their jobs.
It's where you go up to somebody's house, walk up on the porch in the middle of the night and knock on the door and wait for that person to come and break the news to them their loved one will never come home again. They will never walk through that door. They have seen them for the last time. That's something we never want to do, and by far it is the hardest part of our job and the thing that we just really hate to do.
According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, between Christmas and New Year, nearly 300 people were killed nationwide last year. Don't miss out on breaking news or any big stories today or any day. Be sure to download the News 3 app and to turn on the push alerts. We are keeping our eye on a number of other big stories for you this midday, and first to Phoenix City, where police there continue their search for a person of interest in a Christmas murder. They want to find this man, 37-year-old DeLewis Collier, as a part of their investigation into the murder of 36-year-old Sidney Jones. The Smith Station man was shot at AJ's Bar and Grill on Christmas night. Columbus police identified the victim in a deadly shooting from Christmas night. 20-year-old Devontae Owen died after being shot at the Parkway Place Apartments in Columbus. He's the county's 41st homicide victim of this year. Our eye on Alabama, and firefighters rescued 5 construction workers who fell during a floor collapse at a work site near the University of Alabama campus on Thursday. Tuscaloosa Fire Rescue Service says the workers were on the ground floor level at a site near Tutwiler Hall when that collapse occurred. Thankfully, no one was seriously injured. A medical helicopter pilot died following a Christmas evening crash in southern Alabama. 61-year-old Douglas Davis suffered an apparent heart attack while landing the air ambulance at the Headland Municipal Airport. The crash remains under investigation, but the company that employed him is calling him a hero. They say his actions at getting on the ground with the helicopter allowed 2 of their other workers on board to be spared. We want to thank you so much for joining WRBL News 3, your #1 source for news at midday. Coming up, UPS is preparing for a busy day after the new year. We'll tell you when and why in consumer news.
All is quiet right now, but our next system is off towards the west. You can see it spinning here on our satellite and radar. This is going to give us a chance for some rain and even some thunderstorms by late Sunday into Monday. I'll have all the details for you coming up in the next 10 minutes.
News 3 is on your side with Greg Loyd. And meteorologist Nicole Phillips has your first alert forecast.